time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning, and we're talking success.
Good Monday morning, everyone. It's great to be with you. My name's Greg Halliday, and I'm talking from the Soul offices here, and lots of great stuff to share starting off our week. And I first want to look right to our chat board. I love to get on here and see everybody already chatting. That's the Soul community we love. It's great to see your names, see what you're doing. Looks like we got a couple of you I know are chatting in from somewhere other than where you live, and I love that. I'm looking at, Eric Patterson. He's in southern Utah right now. He lives in northern Utah, but that's one of the great things, isn't it, about Soul, is that you can be wherever you need to be and you can plug in to the community. We've got some great things to share with you this morning. Looks like we got Lillian from Las Vegas. Good morning to you, Lillian. And Alma from California. She doesn't say what part, but she says in Spanish, bendiciones. That means blessings. That's what she's wishing for everybody from where she is. Thank you for that. And Maria Balderas is in Houston, Texas. Good morning. And we've got, we got lots of good people. And Anita's in cold Michigan, but it's cold, Anita, but it's beautiful. I've been there plenty. And, cold is beautiful too. It's been kind of cold here. We were up in Idaho seeing our son who is at college up there, and he loves it up there. He's in Rexburg, and Rexburg is higher elevation. The wind never stops, and it's all so beautiful. He does love it up there. Well, okay, let's jump right into some recognition because we have lots to share today, and we want to do a lot of recognition. I just love, it makes me smile as I see and talk with you and see all the good things you're doing. And I love that all of us do here in the Soul offices to recognize your achievements. They make such a difference for other people, and they do uplift us as well. And it's why we are organized as we are in Soul Naturals as a community. So let's start with rank advancement today. One thing that was really neat to watch in November was a lot of first steps, people joining and taking those first steps. So we're gonna recognize a few of them today. We've got lots more to do. So let's just jump right in. These are Soul Pro 1K. That's that first step where you start to really get out of yourself and you've got a few other people. And in fact, the power principle that we're going to share at the end of our broadcast today is really about that. And it comes not from me, but from the mouth of one of our great leaders, the indomitable Rachel Bragg. Rachel doesn't even know that she's going to be on here. And she's going to remember this video. She sent it to me. But it is about turning our focus to the people that we're reaching out to. Our entire focus, kind of not focusing on ourselves, changing that focus into the others and how that just transforms everything. And so I think Soul Pro 1K is the first step in that, because you're starting to have some others begin their soul product journey, and you're having to sort of figure out, how do I want to help them? What can I best do for them? So that's the 1K. That is the Soul Pro 1K success key. It's called Ranked Up, and we're gonna recognize some 1Ks today and a couple others that move the next couple of steps beyond as well. But let's first talk about our 1Ks. Dedis Martinez, congratulations, Dedis, for taking that big first step, Soul Pro 1K, and Lydia Roitov. Lydia and her group, just the very, very last week of November, joined Soul and hit the ground running. And it's a funny story. I was talking with her upline mentor about this and wanting to organize and help her get going. And Lydia was just ready to go. She just started off, and I love that. Congratulations, Shirley Stone King. Congratulations to Shirley up in Alaska. Both Lydia and Shirley are up in Alaska there. Ana Herrera, congratulations on taking that first step. And Alma Rosa Huerta, well done on ranking up. That's the first step of a wonderful journey. Soul Pro 1K. Rosa Galdames, congratulations to you, Rosa. Esther Gonzalez Correa, congratulations. Well done. Amparo Yogues, I hope I pronounced your last name right, Amparo. And Ildelisa Reyes. Now, if you don't speak Spanish, fortunately, I've been around a lot of people who do, and they taught me. Reyes means kings. Ildelisa, congratulations. We've got some kings that are part of Soul Naturals. We love that. And then Samantha Knapke. Samantha's mother was here at Soul Ignite. Just love Lisa. Her mother and father actually both came. And Samantha's really sharp. So congratulations, Samantha, for taking that first step. We'd love to see it. Okay, we've got some Soul Pro 2Ks. And remember that you get this awesome Soul Pro container. I always wonder what to call them because there's a million names for them. Because it's a lot more than a water bottle. It's insulated. It's really nice. So the 2Ks get that. And we have one in November, and that's Ophelia Mendez. Congratulations, Ophelia, for reaching that step in November. And then we have a couple who got the kettle because the Cinemate, as we all know, I got mine right here. The Cinemate is particularly delicious when we drink it hot. At least I think so. And so now you're all set up with the 3Ks. And that's Gabriela Arguello. It might be Arguello. I hope I said your name, Gabriela, correctly. But congrats to this group who are taking some of those initial important steps in Soul. Well done. Now we're going to move on to some other recognition. And to do that, I'm going to just flash on the screen here our South Padre Island retreat because that's on our mind. It's fast approaching. It's just going to be here before you know it. It's March 5th through the 8th. So what are we? December? We're right around that date in December. So we got January, we got February, and we got March, and we're going to be there. We're going to be down on this beautiful, pristine beach in sunny Texas. Love the location. Love what we're going to be able to do, some of the activities that we've got planned, and just loving this group of people that are going to be gathered together. If you have not yet registered, do what you need to do. Find a way to arrange your schedule, arrange things to be there, because I will tell you it's going to be a large group of soul leaders here of all ranks and of all, let's call it from all different states and approaches to the business. In other words, it really is going to be such an enlightening and wonderful time together. Well worth any effort to organize yourself to come on down there. We would love to have you. So that's just a little picture. Remember, the Soul's going to plan the activities and the dinners every night, and that's all paid for. And the expenses that you have in terms of getting yourself there in your hotel, remember that we have set up some ways where you can earn cash so that you could cover some or all of those. Anyone and everyone who registers will be able to earn some cash. So you're already going to get at every level some assistance in making that happen for you. So don't let the opportunity go by, okay? And in light of that, for our drawing today, we have got all that we are calling them our early bird attendees. These are people who registered in November because if you remember, there was a special deadline in November 30th. And we decided to draw full hotel. So one person has all their hotel paid. They don't even have to worry about that. Of those who registered by the early bird deadline, which was the end of November. And so we have got our South Padre early birds. And at the end of our show today, we're going to draw that out. I've already got the bull. Your names are all in it. And so I'm going to draw somebody for your free hotel stay, okay? Now, let's honor and recognize those people who jumped on it because you're making South Padre possible. And I think when people see, oh, she's going to be there, he's going to be there, I think you're just going to attract more wonderful members of the Soul community. And it's one of those things at these special events where the more the merrier for sure. So let's honor our South Padre early birds today. And right there at the top of the list is Valerie Bledsoe. And then we have Corinne Lott. And Ali Begno is an early bird. Kim Bourne, an early bird. Chris Hedrick. Ebony Brown. Rachel Bragg. I'm going to hear some more from Rachel in a minute. Rebecca Norman. Lori Ann Reber. Oh, you guys, Lori Ann, if you haven't seen her in a bit, Lori Ann is one of the OGs at Soul, and she's coming. We're looking forward to seeing you, Lori Ann. Jackie Stevenson, another OG. Debbie Perez Cockburn, same thing, Debbie, looking forward to see. And by the way, some of these early birds, their partner or their spouse is coming with them. And so this is not everyone who's registered. I apologize, I apologize to you spouses and partners, but guess what? We're looking forward to being with you down there. We'll recognize you if you want that. Lydia Ferrantino's an early bird, and Ashley Brannon is an early bird. Tammy Peterson, congratulations, Tammy. Looking forward to seeing you. Anita Carpenter, Kristen Brunius, Abigail Frederick, Marisol Villa, Jaliva Carr, Eric Patterson, and Nicole, by the way, his wife, Mariana Villarreal. Well, that's a good list of early birds, isn't it? Early birds. I'm looking forward to this, but we're not done. We're not done. There's more. Betty Runkle is an early bird. Looking forward to seeing you, Betty. And Kristen Alexander. Now, it's been a little bit since you've seen Kristen, but trust me, if you don't know Kristen, you want to know her. She's going to be here. I'm super excited that Kristen's coming out. Kristen Alexander. And Dolores Ancona. Granny D's going to be there. So congrats, Granny D. I can't call you Granny. I don't know why. I know she loves that. I just call her Dolores. I've known her for lots and lots and lots of years. Lisa Manchester is also an early bird. And Maria Balderas. And Sherry Patterson. I'm looking forward to getting to see Sherry. Minnie Cortez is an early bird as well. And Jenny Marcano. How we doing? I think we got a great list of early birds, don't we? And Alan Reed. Alan Reed, if you haven't met Alan, everybody kind of has, but a couple of you might not. Well, you're going to get to meet him. He's going to be down there. And Lisa Kanapke. Looking forward to seeing you, Lisa. And Angela Brzeski. What a great early bird list. So now, I'll just pause for a second and just say this. If you have not yet planned for South Proudly, do it, because I really, I know a bunch of you. I can list on two hands the number of people who have told me, oh, I'm coming too. I need to register. Okay. Well, the early birds, they get we're going to draw one. That's pretty good odds. Look at that list. That's 1 in, what is it? 40? 1 in 40 odds that your name gets drawn and you get your hotel paid. But for those of you who aren't yet on the early bird list, it's okay. You just register. Look for it in the shopping area for the South Padre trip. It's $100 to register, and when you get registered, that will get you on the list so that we can make sure and get you your gift bag. Because I want to just say this: there's another special deadline, December 10th, which is this week, this Wednesday. Okay, get yourself registered, because what we're trying to do is guarantee your gift bag. We've got a nice gift bag of some various items that we want to give you at the South Padre trip. Now, we're going to order some extra. We'll be covered. We're going to get some extra, but we aren't going to be able to know how many extra. We'll have to guess at the extra. So guarantee your gift bag and get yourself registered, okay? So that you can join us there, because we're going to have a great time. All right, now, as I mentioned earlier, there were a lot of things that were going to be opportunities. 4 months worth of opportunities, by the way. November, December, January, and February. Each of those 4 months is a new opportunity to earn cash for South Padre. So, doing some quick math, we're now in December. We're down to 3 months. 1 month's in the books. Well, we felt like it was sort of fitting this morning. We honored our early bird registrants. Let's go ahead and honor those who have earned some cash and kind of show you what's going on there, because I love this sort of thing. We love to throw some extra cash your way as part of that party we're going to have in South Padre. So we're going to start with the first way. And if you want to know how you can earn cash for that, any question, just take a look online or email B here in the office, or contact any one of us of the founders, and we'll let you know what you can do to earn cash, because you got 3 more months. You got most of the cash earning period is still in front of you. The first month in the first category is enrollments. Every single person that you enroll, and there's a certain minimum there. The minimum is 50, but that is not something that very frequently people ever go that low. When they've placed that first order, it's sold. It's typically $100 and some odd. So it should be very, very easy to have it count for this travel cash award. And look what we have so far in November. Look at Valerie and Lydia there. Just so you know, they earned a pretty good chunk of cash there this month for their enrollments. And notice some others. We've got Anita there, and Jaliva, and Minnie, Jackie, Ebony, Eric Patterson, Abigail. That's only half. Let me show you the rest of the group. Here's the other half of them. Chris Hedrick, Rebecca Norman, KB, Mariana Villarreal, Betty Runkle, Lisa Manchester, Maria Valderas, and Jenny Marcano. A shout out to every one of you who got some cash rolling in that very first month. You're off to a great start. You can earn that now again in December and in January and February, and just add it all up there. When you get to South Padre, we're going to have fun dumping that cash in your soul wallet for you. So that's the first category. Outstanding job, everybody. Now, the second category, and remember this first one. Oh, I don't think I mentioned, for every one of those people you enroll, it's $10 of travel cash for you. So you can see now there's a max each month. And look, you can tell that Valerie and Lydia, they both hit the max. And so there's plenty of room there of cap space, as it were, where you can earn some great cash for South Padre, okay? Now, the second category was reorders. I know we have this fancy acronym, NEM, which is non-enrollment volume. Now, M doesn't stand for volume, and I'm trying to think of what it stands for. That's funny. Okay. But it is reorders. And so what we have here is a number that everyone who registers for South Padre will take from their October. Whatever this number was, it's right on your dashboard and under NAM, and you'll see your number. There's a certain increase, and you get 4 chances to do it. It's a monthly increase, so it doesn't total over a period of time. It's simply 1 month at a time, and you either win it that month or you don't, and you get another chance next month. So you can win it 4 times. And what do you win? Well, these 3 people, Debbie, Tammy, and Marisol, they each did it in November. And guess what? This one's a biggie. If you do it, that's $100 right there. So each, Debbie, Tammy, and Marisol, you guys have $100 in your trip cash in November, because your reorder total, these are, oh, now I remember the M. Yeah, it's mentored. People that you have mentored. So it's the reorder volume from everybody that you are the mentor for in your organization. When it gets a certain amount of increase over where you were in October, you get the travel cash. So you will now, I noticed B put it on there too. Thank you, B. Non-enrollment mentored volume. So we had 3 people there. Congratulations to you. And now we're going to go to the third area where you can earn some trip cash, and that's sharing our new menopause guide. And I'll just pull the names up here, but first of all, shout out to Ebony Brown, who has figured it out. And I'll tell you, I was talking with B this morning. Ebony basically has it figured out, because the menopause guide, it's $19.95, but it's really only $5. It's $5 because you get $15 in product credit, product rewards for your next product purchase when you buy it. So what do you get for your $20? Well, you get this awesome, really thorough resource that will be forever on your account, digital copy of that. And when it gets updated, and I promise you it will get updated, you don't have to buy the updates. They'll get added into your guide automatically. So look for that in the coming months, because, well, I'll give you one example, and I can't talk for Dr. Allison here, but I will tell you that we've had some requests for like a chapter for men, like the andropause. It would be like an appendix, okay? But it would be automatically added. So the menopause guide, to me, is a great deal. I talk about it a lot because we sort of made it a no-lose situation. It's very affordable. Essentially, it's $5, the difference between the $19.95 and your product credit. And why we did it that way is the product credit's the key. The education is the basis, and the product credit is the step forward to do something about what we learn and make a difference in our own lives and with the people we're helping. So Ebony's she got off to a fast start with that one. And then we have a few other people. We have Anita Carpenter, Debbie Perez Cockburn, and Eric Patterson and Jaliva Carr. This is our group these are simply the people who are early bird registries who also started earning cash. Now, there can be other people who have done some of these activities, but they're not yet registered for South Padre. We're just focusing on those who are earning the cash. So, congratulations to all of you. I think it's a wonderful guide, and I want to talk to Ebony because B was telling me a little bit about how Ebony does it. But I think she's figured it out, and so maybe we can get her on once she's able to do some of the things she was telling B about with working with these new people and the menopause guide, and we'll see if she'll share with us some of her secrets and how she does this, because I think it's such an important topic for women of all ages, really, of all ages. Like Dr. Allison said, let's just look at the guide for a quick second now. Here's the picture of what the guide looks like when you go onto our website. It's the Menopause Guidebook. You've got this video forward that's informative, and then you have, to my right, you can see the entire index that I can jump to. So it's a great resource and reference packed full of very wise and valuable information that is holistic in nature and is not being communicated, or the education is not happening. Really, Dr. Allison says she wishes that 8, 9, 10-year-old girls can start to hear this from their mothers. This is something that will benefit every life, and I'll throw men in there, honestly. Men should hear this too. Like I say, I think there's a good chance that you'll see a new appendix to this that will get added to the guide for those of you who bought this. And so make sure if you haven't looked at this is an easy one. I love it because it starts with education and it gifts product credit, or at least a portion. $15 is a good amount, a good savings on any soul product, and it gets people taking their journey and starting on their nutrition, which is how they're going to change their life and how they can change others' lives. Okay, so congratulations once again to all of you in South Padre, and for our early birds, for those earning the trip cash. Congrats to those who were ranked up this month too. Now, I just have, in the few minutes that remain this morning, I just have one thing I'd like to share, and it's not coming from me. This is coming from one of our leaders. I think when you began to share soul, it starts with using the product, and it's a natural result or consequence to talk about it. If it's not natural for us to talk about what we love and what we enjoy, I think it is for most people. There are some people it may not be the most natural thing. I will say this. The desire to share it is natural, I think, for everyone, even if I'm a little bit shy to talk. So if I can overcome shyness, if I have any, and share the great experience I have, that's sort of how the soul journey gets out into my network and into my community, oftentimes starting in family and friends and then moving out from there. And we have a lot of leaders who have done so much sharing now. They start to get 10 and 20 and 50 and 100 and 200, and then several hundred people tied to their organization, and then several thousand people. And it can quickly get to the point, especially if it's your first time being involved in a business such as this, where you feel like there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. And a lot of things are happening with these individuals who are tied to my organization. And a lot of it happens outside my control. I feel like, wow, this has moved this direction and so has gone this direction. And I can feel a little bit like I'm not quite sure what to do, or what should I do? What role should I play in the middle of a lot of activity? It can sometimes look a bit like chaos. Now, a few years ago, there was a video that kind of went viral on the internet, and it's still one of my favorites. And I think it exemplifies this principle that at some point things start to just get complicated, and a lot of stuff can get going on when you're in a community-oriented and a networking-oriented business, when you're focusing on people and lots of different people. So with that in mind, let's watch this video, and then we're going to hear from one of our top leaders a way to simplify that right down for the moment of today. Whatever situation I might be in, this principle that we're going to share, you can simplify down to right this moment for me. It's a great principle, and it's a universal one. So before we hear that little technique, let's kind of take a look at this video and see how it describes, maybe for some of you, how things can get really busy and complicated and feel like out there outside your control.
This man right here is my great-grandfather. He's the first cat herder in our family.
Herding cats. Don't let anybody tell you it's easy.
Anybody can herd cattle. Holding together 10,000 half-wild short hairs, well, that's another thing altogether.
Being a cat herder is probably about the toughest thing I think I've ever done.
I got this one this morning, right here, and if you look at his face, it's just ripped to shreds, you know?
You see the movies, you hear the stories, I'm living a dream. Not everyone can do what we do.
I wouldn't do nothing else.
It ain't an easy job, but when you bring a herd into town and you ain't lost a one of them, ain't a feeling like it in the world.
Okay. I don't know if you find that as funny as I do, but it can really seem like that sometimes when you're dealing with with a lot of people, and maybe you're trying to help, you're dealing with somebody else's life, their choices, their journey. Everybody's got to take their own journey. It can feel a little bit like this as a leader. And honestly, sometimes we can feel the same way as a company. Just exactly what kind of herding do you do? What kind do they want? And what message do they need? So it's not always the easiest thing. Yeah, that one, I don't know. That's maybe 10 years old or more. It's been out there for a while. If you haven't seen that, you got to go look that up. But now you know what? You got it right here recorded on Monday Morning Talking Success. You can always go back and find it. So now, how do you simplify that down? There are some really powerful principles of simplification, and it honestly doesn't matter exactly how I'm engaged in my soul business. It can be a lot of different ways. This principle kind of rings true in all those situations. A few years ago, I asked a couple of leaders to share with me, give me a little video, like a selfie video of two things that they felt have made the biggest difference for them in building their soul business. And one of them has built a business right up to the top rank of soul. So I don't know if Rachel Bragg knew she was going to be on this morning, but here's Rachel Bragg telling you her two things.
Okay, my two things that I truly believe is what led to my success in soul. Number one, you have to have your own personal story as to what soul has done for you. And then once you have your story, you want to open up and share that with people from a genuine place of helping other people. Number two, focus on people. Do not focus on yourself. Focus on changing people's lives. When you take yourself out of the equation and you focus on helping people, it creates success that you would not believe. So those are my top two things. Number one, find your story, share it from your heart, be genuine, and focus on helping one person at a time, and you will see amazing success.
Okay, that was 6 years ago that Rachel recorded that for me, but Rachel's story is nearly as old as Soul Naturals is. And I can tell you that Rachel's, okay, she chatted on here, chat board. Didn't know you were going to be the guest this morning, did you, Rachel? I can tell you, I don't think Rachel would change that counsel. I love the way Rachel put it. The first step is to find your own story. If you don't have one, well, that one's easy to get. There's lots of information and education in soul. The products will generate a story. The products generate change. I know that they do because I'm involved personally in the formulation together with Blake. The standard of quality, what we're not willing to compromise on, ensures that the products have a nutrition that is a therapeutic level. And it really just, finding your story just comes with listening to your body, using those products in the quantities that your body needs. Sometimes you adjust when you take them. Sometimes you adjust the combination of products. Sometimes you might try a new product. but your story is tied to the products. Now, it goes beyond the products. It gravitates naturally into the community, into the soul community, those who you are around and have chosen to connect with. But it starts with that product journey. That is a thread that ties all of this together. And then I love what Rachel said about forgetting about yourself. That is not easy to do because you want to have goals and structure. You want to have dreams. Those are all things you should do. And you should write them down and you should review them. That's for sure. But when you're out there doing, when you're herding the cats and you're on the horse riding, so to speak, you're not thinking about yourself at all. It's true, isn't it? So many of you could chime in here on the chat. You're thinking about the person. And what Rachel says is let yourself focus on that one person. You might have a lot of people. You will actually, if you open your mouth and share your story, you'll have lots of people that will connect to you. But in the moment, it's only one person I'm dealing with. And if I can figure out how I can sort of keep myself out of the equation, out of the consciousness, and simply focus on the one person, that's what I get from Rachel's advice. And I think Rachel's that way. As I've been around Rachel, when Rachel's with people and a person, she is listening to them. She's hearing them. She's seeing them, the situation they're in. So there are some people you might look at the situation and think, oh, they need this. I'm not so sure Rachel does that. I think she's looking at what they'll receive and where they're at and what they're looking for versus what she's going to sort of push on them. And so that skill of being able to put all the focus on the person and then just bring them what they need, that I think is that simple principle. It doesn't matter where we're at right now. We can all take to heart Rachel's two things, that we openly share our soul story and that we focus on the person and make it people focused. I think we can all do that, right? So great message for us this morning. And I think we're going to end on that today, everybody. And now let's have our drawing. So, okay, Rachel, she's texting in. Well, we love you too, Rachel. And thank you for your video. Because to me, I love to hear from the various soul leaders your one or two or three things, what you think above all else that you do has made all the difference for you. Because I can share that, and I'm always talking to people in the soul community, and they can hear that, and one of your things is going to resonate perfectly for someone else. So that's just a little call out. I'll end with that. Other leaders on here, if you've got 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, I'll give you 5 minutes to think about it. Boil it down to 1, 2, or 3 things. Shoot me a little video like Rachel did, would you please? You can just email it to me, Greg@SoulNaturals, what your 2 things were that have made all the difference, that you feel like have made all the difference in the success of your soul business. This will make a huge difference for someone else if they can hear that from you. It just means more coming from you than from me. If I share it, I'm going to share it that it is Rachel and it is not my principal, or that it is you. So if I could, let me make an invitation this morning to just record. It doesn't have to be fancy. Now, Rachel looked pretty fancy in that video, but that's Rachel. So you can look however you want to look. I love those glasses, Rachel. But just do a little selfie recording, okay? And tell us what your 2 things are. It could be 1 thing. It could be 3. Don't get hung up on the 2. I kind of liked it the way Rachel did it. But tell us what your things are. Send it to me, and we'll take advantage and we'll share that with others. It will make a difference. It'll change. I promise you, I've been around this for 35 years. One of those two things, or both of those ideas, will change someone's journey forever, for the rest of their life. It will turn a light bulb on, or they will understand because of their innate intelligence how they can do that, how they can apply that principle, and it'll be all different from there on out. So anyway, that's my plug this morning, is to record your video if you can, send it to me. And I'll follow up with some of you leaders, because I know you can. I know you can. I also know you're really busy. So that's okay. We'll follow up. All right, let's do our drawing. Let's end with our drawing today. And we've got all your names in here from you early birds. Congratulations for paving the way. We're going to have such a great time in South Padre. So I'm gonna draw. So Rachel, I'm sitting here and I'm mixing names. You can see I'm pointing the bowl away from me so I can't see it. So Rachel, the moment Rachel tells me to draw a name through the chat, I'm going to stop and grab a paper. So Rachel, you tell me, you just chat in there, draw a name, and I'm going to draw. I got a pile. Now, all right, I stopped. I got like 3 papers in my hand. You can see I'm not looking. I got one. Okay, who gets their hotel? Who gets their hotel? Oh, it's Mariana Villarreal. Mariana, and I think I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm not sure if Mariana was at Ignite. B's going to have to tell me that. But Mariana, you got your hotel paid for at Sal Padre. We drew your name. Rachel drew your name because she told me when to pull this. So thank her. And you can thank us at Soul too, but we want to thank you for being part of the Soul community. All right, everybody. Hope you have a great day and a great week, and we'll see you next week on Monday Morning Talking Success.